my literary luminaries, and welcome back to another Top 5 Wednesday. Today's Top 5 Wednesday topic is your top 5 favorite non-written novels. I had some trouble with this, because as much as I love sort of the concept of the graphic novel and all that, I feel like I don't necessarily have a lot of them. So a lot of what I'm going to say are Japanese mangas, which they're not really novels, but they're not, well, non-written, that doesn't make any damn sense. Hold on. Okay, did my research. The topic is top 5 non-written novels, which is kind of a strange way of putting it, but even, the group recognizes that, but talking about anything that's not a traditional novel. And in my research, it actually says that manga is good, so excellent. But so let's get into this without further ado and bad explanations. Let's get started. Number 1. Number 1 took me way too long to remember the name of, and then when I was presented with the name, I laughed at how ridiculous it was that I'd forgotten it. It's a manga. I read it a while ago. I do have copies of it on my shelf back there. But it's called Juvenile Orion. Go figure why that one stood out to me. And it's got like Orion and angels in the title, and I don't think there's any better way of getting my attention, to be perfectly honest. But I've always really liked it. It's very unknown as far as I can tell. I went to like one convention and found a keychain, and I don't know where the keychain is at the moment, but I found a keychain of like my favorite character from it, and it's the only time I have ever seen Juvenile Orion stuff at any convention, any sort of merchandise, anything. So I don't know how I found this random thing and managed to pick it up. It's relatively short. I think it's just 5 issues long. So I don't know, I think it's cool, and I really want to reread it because I don't remember it clearly enough, because I'm pretty sure I got them when I was in high school, so that was over a decade ago. So I need to reread it, but it remains in my head a solid, like, A+ favorite, so it gets to be on the list, because Orion. Number 2. Back in the day, I had a poster that you would have been able to see, but unfortunately it is not here at the moment for this next one. But it's another one. I started reading the manga of it. I don't have a ton of it, but I've seen the anime, and I say that for a lot of these at this point. All of these have mangas. I may or may not have actually read them. But that's Black Butler, or as I was introduced to it, Kuroshitsuji. Because I watched it in Japanese first. It was all very confusing, but it had subtitles, so that's good. But I absolutely love Black Butler. It's a little bit of a hipster moment for me because I did get into it before it was released to the US, so I liked it before it was cool. Ouch, it hurts me to say that. But I've always loved it. Again, tall, dark-haired, dark-eyed, sharp-dressed man in glasses. Or without glasses, honestly. That describes both of the main butlers from the 2 seasons. I mean, Sebastian and Claude are pretty much, goals in general for everything. But I really enjoy it. It's goofy, but it's not. Like, it manages to walk the line between being, like, comedic and ridiculous and, dealing with more serious things and being like a serious anime. And it's, I don't know, it's wonderful. The English voice acting in the anime is fantastic. I'm a big fan of the actor who voices Sebastian. I don't know, it's attractive men and demon mythology and just, I like these sorts of things. Go figure. Number 3. Another one that I think I have some of the manga of, but have predominantly watched the anime, and that is Fruits Basket, which is just goofy. Like, Black Butler has its serious moments. There are some serious moments floating around Fruits Basket, but not so much. But Fruits Basket is story of a girl who runs across his family sort of in the middle of nowhere, and they're all guys, and if they are hugged by a member of the opposite sex, then they turn into animals of the Chinese zodiac. Yay! Jesus! Hello? Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, so Fruits Basket is silly and ridiculous, and I mean, yes, there are serious moments in it, but I don't know. There's sort of a serious core to it, but it is so surrounded by ridiculousness that it's easy to forget. I don't know. I have a deep fondness in my heart for Kyo, my poor forgotten cat of the zodiac. It helps that in the Vietnamese calendar, the year of the rabbit is sometimes replaced with the year of the cat, and I am a year of the rabbit person. So, in any event, Fruits Basket is great fun, and everyone should read and watch it, and it's glorious. I have actually heard that the manga ends significantly differently from the anime, so I'm interested, hopefully, in the future to read all of the manga and see, where things change. Because I don't actually think I own any. I might have one. I'm not sure, honestly. Number 4. Number 4 is one that I have not read any of the manga of. I have seen all of the anime, and I desperately need to read the manga because the anime cuts off really early on because it got canceled, and that's sad. But that is Pandora Hearts. Again, this one got pointed out to me by a friend of mine because they took one look at one of the main characters and went, "Ooh, Ryan, that's your type. Dark hair, glasses, over there, very smart, socially awkward, go." And sure enough. But it's a really, really cool anime. It's a really interesting concept. And it ends so abruptly. It's so sad. So I want to be able to go back and see what happens in the manga, because my friend has read both. Has read the manga and seen the anime as far as I remember. And so I really, I want to. Such good storytelling and such interesting characters. Again, I was talking about character. Very important. Very important. And finally, number 5. This is the only one on the list that actually isn't a manga or an anime. And it's called Buried. It's actually a video game, and it's on Steam for some relatively low amount of money, like $3-4, I think. And I came across Buried when Markiplier, the Let's Player, did a series on it. And it's interactive fiction, so it's all, here's all the things happening, 2 choices, pick one. Okay, you went with that one, that means that this happens. It's absolutely fascinating. It's a really interesting storyline, and there's got to be like 500 different endings to this story. It's absolutely brilliant. Actually, when I very rarely buy games that I've seen Let's Played, just because I know how it ends at that point. But this one, like, I bought it because I want to see what some of those changes do. Like, if you do this one thing, it's going to alter a bunch of other stuff that happens later. It's like, I don't know. I love stuff like that. I love anything where your actions can greatly influence the end of the game. That's why I like Undertale so much. Because I want to be able to see that what I'm doing affects the world that it's in. It's what fascinated me, and I don't remember if I've talked about it only on the blog or if I've talked about it here, but the video game Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain, like, your main characters can die. And just, you have to continue on in the game without them. And if they were supposed to show up later and save this other character, then no one comes, and that character dies too. Like, it's so dramatic and so cool, and I absolutely love it. But so that's really what I love about Buried. Also, I love, interactive video game type stuff like that anyway. Sort of trying to write one myself. But it's really, really interesting. I'd really recommend everyone go check it out. But it deserved a place on this list just as much as anything else did. But in any event, those are my top 5 favorite non-written novels That's a really awkward title, but anywho. Let me know what are some of yours. Tell me in the comments down below or on KRyanFrey at Twitter. I totally said that wrong. Let me know on Twitter at KRyanFrey. As always, I love to hear from you. Maybe you can speak better English than me. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It is very much appreciated and very much helps. And hey, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, why not subscribe? YouTube will very kindly notify you anytime that I put up a new video, particularly if you hit that little bell icon, which should be every Tuesday and Thursday. But until next time, I shall bid you all adieu, and I will see you all on Tuesday for another Tuesday Talks. Goodreads, please give me a description of what I'm supposed to be talking about. It's like non-written just makes me think there are no words, but that is not what I remember it being. Okay, cool. It does actually mention manga. Cool. Go away. Thank you.
On behalf of your health plan, Cigna. Para español, oprima el uno.
Hello. My phone went off, and it was my insurance company, like my health insurance company, and it was a recorded message. And then like 2 seconds into that call, my friend called me, and his problems are more serious than whatever recorded healthcare wanted from me. And so I hung up on my healthcare provider. And now my friend is calling me back. But suddenly I'm popular today. It's weird.